Back here to Star Flag Media. Today is April 26, 2023. And today's big news, of course, has to be uh, the Activision Blizzard Microsoft deal. It's pretty funny. We were just talking about this last night without really having known what was going to happen literally overnight. Microsoft $68.7 billion Activision Blizzard takeover has been officially killed by the United Kingdom's regulators. What does this mean? Basically, the CMA showing complete and total lack of understanding what the gaming industry is and how third-party software works, believes that Microsoft acquiring a third-party company like Activision Blizzard is going to somehow monopolize the future of cloud gaming. So here I have a page from Apple Insider, and we're just going to go off of what the ruling was for Wednesday. So it says here, demonstrating a complete lack of understanding of the entire gaming market. UK's Competition and Markets Authority has officially declared that Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard will result in reduced competition and won't be allowed. So in a ruling that was issued on Wednesday morning, the CMA has blocked Microsoft's buy of Activision. The CMA still believes that Microsoft would find it commercially beneficial to make Activision games exclusive to its own cloud gaming service or only available on the other services under materially worse conditions. Basically, trying to say that, we'll put it across, all platforms, but their versions will suck and the Game Pass version will be superior. This is tricky stuff that used to happen back in the 80s, if anybody ever remembers when Coleco used to own the rights to publishing the original Donkey Kong game. They made a port for the Atari 2600 that was god-awful, and then the Donkey Kong port on Coleco was vastly superior in every which way and form, graphically, gameplay-wise, the whole nine. So the CMA has kind of that concern in today's world. So it says here, despite a lengthy comment period, the CMA said that Microsoft has failed to effectively address the concerns in the cloud gaming sector. Furthermore, it noted that it was not sufficiently open to providers who might wish to offer versions of games on PC operating systems other than Windows. Microsoft already enjoys a powerful position and head start over its competitors in cloud gaming. CMA panel chair Martin Coleman said this deal would strengthen the advantage, giving it the ability to undermine new and innovative competitors. The CMA estimates that Microsoft already has around 60% to 70% global cloud gaming services and also owns the Xbox brand, which includes Xbox Cloud Gaming. Consequently, it believes that Activision deal would reinforce the strong position and substantially reduce the competition that Microsoft would otherwise face. So, this is something that I was talking about last night. I do believe Microsoft is heading into a cloud-based future. They probably will be eliminating, hardware in the next decade. So it is completely possible that they were looking to exit that space, become a cloud gaming service, maybe sell us a Wi-Fi box that connects directly to Game Pass or whatever the service will be called in a decade, and slowly move away from hardware besides controllers, or going the way of Stadia without the complete blunder, since they're already kind of integrating it into the current hardware and creating a fan base there. Microsoft has officially claimed as of October of 2022 that Game Pass is a profitable part of their gaming service, and as we know, with all gaming hardware, except for I guess Nintendo's side of the gaming world, it's a losing venture for them when they introduce new hardware. And it takes them 3 to 4 years to recover or even start breaking even, and even a little further down the line actually making profits on the hardware itself, barring any price cuts that might cut into that. So what happens next? Well, it sounds like the CMA has the viewpoint with it does not fully understanding the market that it's addressing. Microsoft is not the dominant player in video gaming by any means, shape, or form. So for them to think that just acquiring one third party, even though Activision Blizzard is a huge third party, let's face it, it right now is the Call of Duty machine, right? It's the Call of Duty maker. It's not really understanding how Nintendo and Sony have such a huge share of the market, and how other third parties like Electronic Arts and Ubisoft and so many other third parties and indie developers out there creating games. I believe that this is kind of just CMA not understanding what the market truly is. Overall, Xbox actually, splits that market in a very small segment if you really want to, all things considered, when you consider every single major company that's out there, including third parties, right? Sony has the larger market share of global console market as of February 2023 compared to Xbox, and Nintendo with the Switch is in its own lane altogether. I believe that it was kind of overstepping or not understanding what the deal is overall. So now we're going to look at what America is going to do, right? What does the FTC do? Do they look at that CMA merger decision and then go along with their ruling? I believe they might. Now this throws a big wrench into Microsoft's plan, right? Do they get to go this route at all? Further going here into Apple Insider, it says, according to CMA's own guidance report, it has authority to investigate mergers in specific circumstances. That proposed merger must mean that two or more enterprises cease to be distinct, and also that there is an impact on the UK market, such as acquired companies' annual turnover exceeding $83 million. Following its investigating and reporting phase, the CMA has the ability to block mergers, acquisitions, or joint ventures. It can also require that the businesses be sold off separately. Other than the U.S. Federal Trade Commission, which has not yet ruled, the rest of the world regulators gave the deal the go-ahead. So the UK is the first one to say, no thanks. Microsoft is expected to appeal this decision, of course, and they go on to say, we're especially disappointed after that lengthy deliberation that this decision appears to reflect a flawed understanding of this market and the way relevant cloud technology actually works. It came from Microsoft's president, Brad Smith. Yeah, guys, this is a big deal. The UK, even though is not the largest market for Microsoft, clearly the United States is. UK still is a huge chunk of their business. So what happens when the rest of the world says it's cool and the CMA says it's not? I really don't know what happens. Do they they don't get to merge? I guess that's what happens, or they don't get to sell their product in the UK? Is that what, it just hurts the market overall. It would hurt their fan base. This is really interesting. I am curious to see what the FTC does next, because that's the big boy in the game, right? The Federal Trade Commission. Are they going to look at Microsoft and they go, well, we have precedents now, and we have the CMA looking at your deal and hating it. Let me know what you guys think. This is a interesting turn of events for Microsoft. It all looked like smooth sailing, and it looked like this deal was going to go through. I was very confident, and now this is just completely throwing a wrench in their game. Do you guys think that the appeal will come back to the CMA and they'll change their minds? Will the FTC say it's cool? Go ahead with the deal. We understand it. They still have that subpoena against Nintendo waiting for Steven Singer to come in and testify about the Call of Duty 10-year deal. I think more than ever, Microsoft really needs to hope Nintendo doesn't get away with or come through with their appeal as to not having to testify, because I think it could only hurt them with the FTC if Nintendo doesn't have to give any details on the Call of Duty deal. At this point, they need to be as transparent as possible and actually say, listen, this Call of Duty game is going to be equal across all platforms. Here's the documentation. Here's the legal paperwork that we signed with Nintendo and are willing to sign with Sony. I mean, this ain't Battlefield, folks. I know a lot of you guys out there are Battlefield fans, but you don't see an uproar like this happening if Microsoft decided to buy DICE tomorrow. I guess if they try to buy Electronic Arts, the Madden, we would probably have some kind of a hearing over Madden football, but it's not even close to what Call of Duty does in terms of numbers and dollars. So I guess that's where this really comes into play. Let me know what you guys think. Is this going to happen? Is an appeal going to go through, or is this a done deal for Microsoft? Put the comments down below in the comment section. As always, follow us on twitch.tv/starflagmedia so you can interact live with these broadcasts. Leave comments there as well while we broadcast. Also opened up a new Twitter page, so if you want to follow us on twitter.com, you can, at starflagmedia. And then as well here on YouTube, leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe, it really helps us out. We are growing, trying to get to 100 subscribers, hopefully by the end of May, and then go from there. If you don't like the video, you can leave a thumbs down, or better yet, leave a comment below and let us know what we can do to fix things. As always, thanks for coming.